Hello, hello, crafty peeps. Welcome back to my channel, Crafty-ish-kristyn. Today, we are going to have ourselves a little WIP&chatty rant. What is WIP&chatty rant? You may be asking yourself. WIP, W-I-P, stands for work in progress. And a chatty rant is me chatting and ranting about the goings-on over the past week or so. This is my current WIP. It is a mess right now. I will explain. But this is what I'm working on. This is called Spooky Slumber Party, and it is by Purple Kitten Studios. And the kit is from Enabler's Outpost. It is 60 by 80 centimeters, and it is a square drill kit. It has, oh, how many ABs does it have? Not ABs, sorry, not ABs. It has like 7 fairy dust, and they are absolutely beautiful. I have release papers down here covering these sections that I've done because as some of you smart people noticed, one of the DMCs was wrong. So it was like, this says that it's a brown color, 3853, and that is a brown copper color, but the drills I was sent are white. So naturally, I start at the bottom, and I open this section, and it's in the first section. And I was like, I don't think that's right. So I have emailed Enabler's Outpost. They got back to me within a day. Fabulous customer service right there. And they are sending me replacement drills. So for right now, I kind of got this mess going. I got lots of cover reminders to hold the cover paper on there, so the furry overlords don't destroy what I am working on. Here is my supplies. This is a pen from Jim's Handmade Pens on Etsy. Love these mini pens. Literally, if this was the only pen that I could use, like the style, I would be like, okay, that's fine. This is an everlasting tip from Everlasting Tips on Etsy. Pricey, but awesome. I think I'm using Galactic in here. I think it's a mixture of Galactic and Blue Alien Putty. As you can see, it's getting a little low. I mean, a little low is relative. And then I did get my Latte Putty. It smells amazing. Absolutely amazing. But for me, I have not been able to really use it just because it's really soft. Like, if you compare that to the Galactic, if I can get a little chunk-a-lunk out of there. Come on. Like, that's a lot harder. This type of putty works better for me because I'm very heavy-handed, apparently, and I just make an absolute mess with the softer putties. So maybe someday when I'm not as stabby, I can use it. That's not going to happen right now. And I have my pink tweezers. Whoa. And I have my Ephemera 3D Deep 6 tray, and I believe this is color Ghost. I thought it was fitting for, you know, the Halloween theme that we have going on here. And then before I open a box from Kim, I wanted to show, I found these in the closet. My mom used to make craft stuff. Like, she's always been crafty. Like, that's where I got my love of crafting from. And one year on Halloween, she made, I don't even know how many of these pumpkin people she made. She made a ton of them. And I think my dad's work was on strike at the time, and so she was making them to help, like, supplement income. And we found them in the closet, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I don't know when she made the which ones, but I probably cut some of these felt pieces out as a kid. And I remember we were at Joann Fabrics, and she found this fabric, and she was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. It's the perfect size. And I kid you not, we probably went to 6 or 7 different fabric stores and bought every single yard of this candy corn fabric. I vividly remember that. I think she sold them to people at her work, at my dad's work, and She may have done like a craft bazaar or something. But yeah, I wanted to show those off because super cute. Super cute. You guys move out of the way. The cats are sitting at the other end of the table. I don't know what they're watching, but they're watching something back there. Okay, let me see. I lost a magnet. Of course I did. Whoa. Okay. I'm losing several magnets. That's not good. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm hoping the drills come soon because this is dangerous. But the lovely Kim sent me a box and I picked it up from the post office and both cats were very, very interested. So I'm going to take this out. I'm going to put that box over here. And now Duncan is staring at the box. Okay. Okay, let me get scissors because I need to cut. Cut. Okay, hang on. Move this. Okay. Oh, here comes Duncan. Oh, he's such a good helper. Okay, you want this box? You can have the other box. You take the other box, please. He's such a butthead. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, you go over there. Oh, he's getting in the other one. See? I knew he was going to come and help me today. I had a feeling. See, and I thought I pre-cut the box open, so I was being all like smooth and sly. Okay, there is a note. I'm not going to read the note on camera. Oh my gosh. Look at that. We got Sour Patch Kids and not the gross Sour Patch Kid Oreos. Oh my gosh, those were gross. These are amazing. And hot tamales. Yes. I will have to, I went to the dentist today and she asked if I wanted mint or cinnamon. And I was like, cinnamon, duh. So that is too funny because I even said that it doesn't quite taste like hot tamales, but it's not bad. And now I have a whole bunch of hot tamales. And oh my gosh, yes, peanut butter M&Ms. Oh my gosh, okay. That is so incredibly thoughtful, Kim, and pink and purple pens. Love. These are the only pens that I can buy, like pink and purple ones, that people don't steal from me. So no one is going to steal these. I'm going to put these right on my planner over here because they will come in handy. Thank you. Handy candy. Thank you so much, Kim. Oh my gosh. Yay. And you even subconsciously got my cat something because Donkey's enjoying his box. So let me get cleaned up and hide this because the cats will chew on it if I am not watching. And I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, we are going to work on this little section here. I took off this murderous piece of paper. This is not going to be the easiest thing to do with all of these release papers down here. But you know what? We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. Oh, I'm sorry. Here. I have Mushy's face. I forgot to mention Bee's Crafty Corner for the release papers. There's the adorable Pippy papers, obviously, and the adorable Halloween ones, and then these terrifying ones that, if you're into that kind of thing, you could get those. What can I put over Mushy's face? Oh, I know. Here we go. There we go. That's better. Little Care Bear pen right there. Oh, of course, she's going to roll around. So there we go. Much better. So she's not staring at me and judging me. All right. I say it with love. I say it with love. Okay. Got my drills. Okay. A little mess. It's a little messy today. Oh my gosh. Okay. That almost fell off. Here we go. I hope everybody's doing well. Before we get into like diamond painty updates and whatnot, I just want to say a, huge shout out and hello, and I hope you are doing okay to anybody who is dealing with all these, storms, hurricanes, and any aftermath that comes from it. yeah, we've, our like prayer group at school, like, we've been praying for everyone. But I also wanted to ask, because I have not done enough research, shame on me. I would like to donate money to, relief, however that may look. So if anybody knows of any reputable charities, organizations that are taking donations, and that, that the donations are, going, as much of the money is going to the, relief and whatnot as possible, please leave a comment down below, because my mom and I were talking about it, and we were saying, we want to donate, but we want to make sure that we're donating to a charity. And I'm not saying like some of the big charities are bad. I'm not saying that. We just want to make sure that the majority of our money is going to the people who are affected, and not to, a high overhead of cost from a charity, if that makes sense. I hope it does. I mean, obviously places like, Red Cross and the bigger ones, yes, they, they are very important. But like we donate to, what's it called? Oh, what's the stankin' charity called? I can't think of what it's called. But there's one that we donate to. Well, there's a few actually. And I feel like I'm constantly getting mail and newsletters from them, notepads, address labels. And it's kind of like, no, just don't send me any of that stuff. Like, I don't know if you're getting a tax donation or what, but, I want to make sure all the money I'm donating is going towards the causes that you're helping. So if anybody knows of any reputable, charitable services that, are taking money, that, they're, paying for people to go out and volunteer and help, or, bottled water, diapers, just whatever it is, please leave a comment. Please and thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, diamond painting updates for moi. I got my pens from Gems, Handmade Pens. I got the mystery bag, and I mean, they're not bad. It's just I have a certain color scheme that I normally stick with, and they were definitely not in my normal color scheme. But that's okay. It's a risk when you do a mystery grab bag or anything. So I will be keeping those for like giveaways and stuff like that. So they will not go to waste. And let's see, I got the latte putty, and that's not, yeah, I don't know. It's not the consistency that works best for me. Everybody has, different preferences, and I know it can depend too on where you live and the climate, or just the humidity, or whatever. So maybe I will try again in a little while, but maybe I'm just a little too rage-filled and I'm a little too aggressive of a diamond painter lately. I don't know. Oop, that one was upside down. So this square is going to look a mess, and I know it will. It's fine. I'll straighten them out later. But these release papers right here they're sliding, but there's literally spots that have exposed glue in every single section that I worked on. And I don't have enough of that particular color in my spares. And what I do have is the art dot drills, and I kind of held one up to, the section, and it was a lot. I mean, not when I say a lot smaller, I mean, it's not that much smaller, but I definitely noticed it. And since this is the first Enablers Outpost kit that I have purchased, and because they said they would send drills, I would like to try to keep them all, kind of consistent, if at all possible. Okay, are there any more of these? Looking. There probably is, and I'm just missing them, but that's okay. Yes, so there are oh my gosh, the fairy dust in this. Okay, let me see if I can find one real quick. This is the blue. It is so pretty. It's got this silver shimmer, and then the purple is the same. Look at that. It's just, oh, they are so pretty on the canvas. The first one I pulled out, I was like, oh, I mean, it took my breath away. It actually shut me up for a second, and I'm a talker, so that is saying something. Oh, speaking of talking, hang on. Well, no, let me go back. Okay. Finish the diamond painting updates. I've done almost 2 rows on the Raven Diamond Art Kit. The nice kitty. It's going well. I definitely need to use my light pad for that, because some of those symbols they are dark. I mean, on the light pad, it's totally fine. But if I take it and sit here at the table, there's going to be some confusion. That is for sure. But so far, so good. It's coming out amazing. I didn't doubt that it would. And I did actually purchase something from the last Friday drop from Raven. It was a kit that had some black and some pink in it, and I thought, oh my, I would like to have that. So I snapped it up. That will be unboxed at a later time. Unless I really get in the mood and I'm like, I just really want to open this. Hi Duncan. Oh, okay. I left him in his box, and I was using him to hold the canvas still, because I figured, you know, his weight would hopefully keep the canvas still. So I'm going to move the box now. Okay, there we go. There we go. What else? Diamond painting stuff related. Oh, I did get an order from Carissa's Craft Corner, and that I did. Well, I'm a little backwards with my videos. I recorded my video for Friday yesterday, so I did an unboxing of the Carissa's Craft Corner stuff on that video. I won't give it away, but definitely some nice 3D printed things. So yes, my video on Friday will be on my cross-stitch conversion project. I had time, and part of me wanted to open up a diamond painting and kit it up, but I thought, no, Kristen, no, because I'm waiting on the kit from Magical Mystical Diamonds. I think that's, I don't know why I can never get the name right, but I have. Oh good, my cat's scratching the closet door. Thanks for that. I think they're hosting an event in November, and it's from one of their artists. And I think this is the last week to order a kit from them to guarantee it will be here before, you know, the start of the event. So I might just do the event, you know, just not for, I don't do them for prizes or anything like that. But I would like to try out their canvases and stuff. But you know, and it comes from overseas, which is totally fine. I'm not running out of diamond painting kits by any means. But oh my gosh, I really hope you didn't hear my stomach. Oh my gosh, that was a weird gurgle. Finish your sentence, Kristen. Finish your sentence. Oh, it's been at the Customs Center in New York, the Jamaica, New York Customs. It's been there for over a freaking week. I'm like, come on, dude. Release it. And that is the same place when I was mailing some of my giveaway stuff. I was mailing a painting to, was it the Netherlands or Denmark? I can't remember. That is where the painting got held for almost 2 weeks. Oh, I'm a little freaked out now, because I'm like, could you please just let the package go? Let it come to me. Be with its family, you know? So, fingers crossed. They do what they need to do there. So it's not, I don't know. Whenever I see something show up there, I'm like, oh, please, please, please don't. Please don't do what you did in the past. Yeah. I think that's it for diamond painting stuff. I did not work on the Last Supper. I did one row of that a few weeks ago, and then this one I did the one row of, and then I was going to do a row of the Raven, and then come back to this one. So, you know, just trying to get a good mixture of things. Oh my gosh. I should have eaten something. Well, I had cereal this morning, but maybe I should have eaten something. Too late now. So, talking. I went to the dentist today, and I knew this, but I forgot it, that the dentist is not actually there this week. Apparently, she is on vacation, which dentists get to take vacations. That's fine. But my fear was there was going to be something wrong, and they were going to be like, oh, you need to come back next week and talk to the dentist. But spoiler alert, everything was good. Yay! But the funny thing is, okay, that's a bad one. Put that one over there. I don't have my trash jar. You know, and like, yeah, sometimes when you go to the dentist and it's the same people working, you know, and so the last probably like 2 or 3 years, it's been the same hygienist. And so it was a different person, which is fine. I can adapt to some change. And I'd never seen her there before, but that doesn't mean, you know, she's not been there. It's just, I've never seen her. And, you know, she was really nice, but she kept asking me questions. And normally, like, you know, they'll kind of ask you questions in between, you know, steps and whatnot. Like, ask you a quick question, you know, as they're rinsing your mouth. But she kept asking questions the second she started putting tools in my mouth. And I would try to, like, you know, answer around the tool, but then she kept taking the tools out of my mouth so I could answer. So I felt like it took longer just because of that. You know, and I don't want them to get behind schedule because I'm too busy yapping, because if you let me talk, I'm gonna talk. So that was kind of weird. But she didn't think I needed to come back and see the dentist. Now the cat's playing with the bag in the kitchen. Oh dear. So that was nice. I'm glad that good for another six months or so. Well, they're actually, you know, they're so busy, and they keep building houses all around us, and I don't understand, but whatever. Oh, I see some 4s I missed. Well, whatever. I'll come back and get those later. They're so busy that right now it's 7 to 8 months out to schedule your next 6-month cleaning. And so she's, you know, she said, yeah, you know, we should schedule your appointment. And I'm like, okay, you know, I can try, but that one's dirty. I think that one's dirty. I'm going to take you off. You don't get to stay on my canvas. Get off it. You know, but you know, so then they're like, is this day okay? It's like, I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing on May 13th. Like, maybe? I mean, I don't even fully know what I'm doing in like 2 weeks on a Tuesday, let alone 7 months. But I'm like, yep, you know, and you really want to make sure you keep those dentist appointments, because at least with our dentist, if you have to reschedule, then you're just getting pushed back on the list. And I know for some people, if you have, you know, dental anxiety or something, you'd be like, yep, that's totally fine. Just keep pushing it. But I do not like to push it out, because I know sometimes if there is something wrong, the longer you wait, you know, the more elaborate the problem could get. And I do not want to screw up my teeth. I had to do so much for teeth as a kid with, you know, braces, retainers, headgears, implant tooth, gum grafts, you know, just, I'm not screwing them up. I spent enough time and effort on these bad boys. They are going to stay good. Oh, I am, and I talk about this more in my video on Friday, but I do have some cactus pokies in my hand. So if you see me rubbing my fingers, it's just, they won't come out. And it's getting annoying. I'm trying. I'm really trying, but there's at least one on both sides of my hand that no matter what I do, I cannot find these tiny, tiny, tiny little cactus pokies, and it's driving me insane. Next time I have to touch the cactuses, I'm using a pair of tongs or something. And I know better. I know better. I was not using my brain when I did it. I did mail some happy mail yesterday. I went to the post office. I felt like such a grown-up going to the post office. I mailed some Pippy stickers. I did mail a, oh, what is that? Why is that not sticking? What is that? What is that? That's like a weird piece of drill or something. I did mail Samantha. I did mail 2 little alien putty samples. I mailed something to Jack, and I did mail something to Rami. Diamond Painting with Jack and Diamond Painting with Coco. So check out their channels. Hopefully Editing Kristen can remember to put them in the description box down below. I am horrible at picking out like gifts and stuff. Like I want to be an amazing gift giver. I'm just not. So I am like the person who will just stress, and throw your pen. Will stress out about like, oh my gosh, what if they already have this? What if they don't like it? So I did have to let some of that anxiety go. And I picked out some stuff that I thought like, oh, hey, they might like this. And, you know, yeah, I'm not good at that. Some people have that gift of gift giving and picking out things that are just the most thoughtful and amazing things. I am not that person, and I fully accept it. You know, it is what it is. So yeah, but I did mail stuff out, but I had to get to the post office, and I wanted to get there right at 9 or before 9 because I don't want to wait in line. And so this other lady came in right after me, and she goes, I saw you come in. She's like, I bet she's going to get in front of me. And I'm like, yep, that's me getting in front. But we were standing there because we were 10 minutes early. And we were talking about, you know, shipping stuff. And I was mentioning that, you know, somebody had mentioned, you know, pirate ship. And I was like, I don't really understand it. And I haven't looked into it, but it's supposed to be cheaper than, you know, coming to the post office. And she's like, oh, I've never heard of that either. And we were talking about nail wraps because she saw my bats, and she's like, oh my gosh, I love your nails. And I said, yeah, I got new ones every week. And she was saying she had tried some other, she used to be, what was it, Color Street? Like she used to only buy Color Street. And I've never tried any other brand besides the ones I've used. So I don't know the quality of any other kind. But then she said now she uses like Dashing Diva. And I said, oh yeah, you know, I've never used those, but you know, I've used Lily and Fox, and you know, so far for the most part, I've had good luck. Sometimes I feel like they're a little ripply, but I don't know if that's the nail wraps or if that's just my prep work and, you know, operator error. For $2.99, if it's a little ripply, I'm okay with it. So she's like, oh, that's so good to know, you know, because, you know, sometimes trying new brands, just like with us with the diamond paintings, you know, sometimes buying things from a company you've never purchased from, you're like, I don't know if I want to invest in that, you know. So she was going to try them out. So I'm just enabling people all over the place, no matter where I go. So yes, did get some stuff mailed, and I've been, it's funny, I have a bag in the office that we basically just use as storage because it's not really a very big room to really go in there and quote unquote work. Plus, if I try to go in there and work, then the cats try to break the door down, and I can't leave the door open because there's, you know, plastic and delicious things all over that the cats would not be able to resist. But yeah, I actually had to pack up some stuff, and I was in there and I was opening things with plastic, and I had the door closed, and both cats were just trying to break the dang door down, trying to get in there to see what I was doing. So I was trying to organize things, and all I hear is this meow, meow, meow. Like, you guys are fine. Just stay out of trouble. Okay, I don't think I'm going to do that one. I should probably move my release paper over just a little bit. But that's okay. Yeah, see, I keep sliding that all over. So yes, post office adventures, always fun, always fun. Although I will say we probably have like 4 post offices within a, I don't know, maybe like 15-20 minute range, like just depending on, you know, which way you go. But the one that I go to, that I've discovered, is probably the best one just because it's never really busy. The closest post office to me is crazy busy. So I avoid that one like the plague. And there are always just really rude customers in that one. Hello, Duncan. Oh dear. Oh dear. So I try to avoid that one. You know, I mean, I'm not rude to the people who work there. It's, you know, it's not their fault if somebody's package gets damaged, or if somebody's mail gets lost, or it's going to cost, you know, $80 to mail something to somebody. It's not their fault. They're not setting the prices. They're, you know, they're just there doing their job, getting their paychecks so they can go home. I totally get it. You are sitting on my list of talking topics, dude. Big old cat butt right on my paper. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Now I have cat butt right in my face. And his tail is, okay. All right. So we had, I swear, we had at least 3 food calamities this week. And you're like, Kristen, what is a food calamity? I'm so glad you asked. He's going to spill my Dr. Pepper. That would be a calamity of a whole nother level if he spilled my Dr. Pepper all over the table next to my computer and my husband's computer. Yeah. Well, we went to Costco a few weeks ago. It's actually been a few weeks since I've been to Costco. I know, send help. And we always buy a bag of apples because it's the cheapest place around us to go and get apples. And my husband really likes the Cosmic Crisp apples. And I did not actually know this, but they were created, or, you know, bred or discovered, or however they did it. It was actually in Washington State. I did not know that. So I learned something new a while ago. Haven't learned anything new since. No, I have. Well, maybe. I probably have. So we got the Cosmic Crisp, right? And usually we get, you know, chicken nuggets, or, you know, shredded cheese, or sliced cheese, or just, you know, stuff that goes in the garage refrigerator and the garage freezer. Well, we didn't really have anything for the refrigerator besides the apples. And so he went in and he put the chicken nuggets and whatever else was supposed to go in the freezer. And, you know, he thought he put the apples in the refrigerator. Not so much. So I had to go out and get something from the freezer. And I opened the freezer, and we're borrowing our in-laws' chest freezer, which I hate the chest freezer because I'm short and I don't like it. And I open it and I'm like, what in the world is that? It is the bag of Cosmic Crisp apples, and it is in the freezer. And I'm just standing there looking at it going, was that intentional? Probably not. Okay, probably not. So I bring him inside, and he was doing something for work, and I said, so I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm not judging, not criticizing, not accusing, because I knew I didn't put them in the freezer, because he brought all the stuff in. And I said, is there a reason why you put the apples in the freezer? He goes, what? Why would I put apples in the freezer? And I said, well, that was my exact thought, was why would you put apples in the freezer? So you didn't mean to do it? And he goes, why would I put apples in the freezer? Again, I don't know why you would put apples in the freezer. That is why I am asking. He's like, did I really put the apples in the freezer? And I said, well, I'm pretty sure that the refrigerator is not this cold. And I put them on the counter and it just went clunk. He's like, oh my God. And so we were, I was like, well, can you eat? I mean, obviously you can eat them if they were in the freezer. It's not like they're damaged or, they're not going to expire or, grow E. coli or something like that. I Googled it and it said, it's not that it's not safe. Okay, that one has a little hole in it. I can see it. Get out of there. Put that over there. Rip that up. Perfect. It's not unsafe. It's more the sense of like the texture of the apples is going to be off. So we put them in the refrigerator. And I put them in one of the produce drawers that did not have anything else in, just in case they, I thought maybe they might, melt, not melt, but like liquefy and be kind of gross. And I was right. I'm so glad I did that because they got forgotten. So 3 days later, I opened it and they were all wrinkly and puckery looking and they look nasty. And they had started leaking. So those went into the trash and then I had to clean the produce, drawer, which was fine because it's probably been a while since it was cleaned. So yeah, that was calamity number 1. Calamity number 2 was I almost ruined a pot of beef stew because I did not double check to make sure that there wasn't more than one meat liner in the styrofoam package. Yeah, I got meat from Safeway, as one does, and I put it in the fridge, and the next day I went to go make the beef stew. And it was, like a big kind of hunk of meat. And it was all pretty trimmed up. So I didn't feel like I should have to trim it. Which if I would have trimmed it, I would have found the meat liner. And so I just kind of dumped it into the pot. And it didn't flop out nicely. It kind of slid out. And I saw that there was a meat liner thingy-mabobber in the bottom. And so I just assumed, okay, good. That's taken care of. Oh, glad I put the lid on that thing. And I dumped like the liquids in, and I turned on the burner. And I mean, it was not even on for a minute. And I went to stir it, and I saw this shiny black thing in there. And I said, "What is that?" And I pulled it out, and whew, I was so relieved that I found it. Because number 1, I don't really want to ruin my, fancy Le Creuset pan. And number 2, I didn't really want to waste that much meat and then not have anything for dinner, because that would be sad. So yeah, that was food calamity number 2. This is so annoying. Okay, there's only a few, but I can't work with that right there. So we're just going to have to hope that I don't stick my arm to it. So number 3 was probably the most infuriating. So my daughter she wasn't with us. It was just me and my son. I think she was doing something after school with grandma or something like that. I don't remember, honestly. It was 3 days ago. That was a lifetime ago. And so I decided, well, hey, let's stop and get something for dinner. They just opened a Chipotle near us. I mean, we've had some near us, but not, 5 minutes away. So I decided, okay, we'll get Chipotle, and, we'll stop and we'll get something for my mom too and bring that home. So we go, and I had looked at the menu in advance, and I'm glad I did because, my son wanted a quesadilla, which is fine. But online, it said that a quesadilla was a online only item, which I don't understand. And I thought, well, maybe once we get to the store, it'll be on the menu. But it wasn't on the menu at all. There was the kids' quesadilla, which is a tiny little tortilla filled with cheese and nothing. I was like, yeah, that's not he's gonna need several kids' meals to eat. And I couldn't really ask anybody because the store was filling up with people very, very, very quickly. And he's like, well, I don't really want a burrito. I'm not like big on the whole, like everything, getting mixed together in a tortilla, which I understand. If you don't want something, you don't want something. And I said, well, we can try ordering it online because you can just pick it up in the store. And I said, well, it'll be an adventure. And it sure freaking was. We order. And the online ordering thing was fairly user-friendly. Like, it wasn't overly stressful or anything like that. And, even though we're literally sitting in the stupid store, we're ordering our food online, which, I don't know, it seems dumb. But, okay. That's what they wanted us to do to get the quesadilla, so that's what we did. And so we're sitting there, and it says, okay, this is not right. It says that it'll be 20 minutes. I was like, okay, so we're just sitting there, and I'm watching this shelf, right? Because the shelf, the pickup shelf, it says there's the Chipotle lane, which is the drive-through, which is kind of cool, honestly. And then there's the pickup shelf. I chose pickup shelf because we were in the store. And I wanted to kind of watch, and as soon as I saw something go on that shelf, I was going to go check it. So it was 3:30, it said 3:50. We're sitting there, I'm looking at Facebook, answering YouTube comments, he's, playing video games and chatting with his friends. And I'm like, okay, well, they haven't put anything on this shelf, and there's all these people coming in. And I'm assuming some of them were, Uber Eats, DoorDash type people, because they looked very, motivated to get their orders. And I'm like, okay, just like, we got nowhere to be, we're fine. 3:50 comes, nobody's putting anything on this shelf. I'm like, this seems weird. And the store was really busy, but they were getting people through the line really quickly. I was impressed about that, I will say. And I'm like, God, it would have been so much easier to just go through the line, because we could have had our food and been home and eating by now. But, okay, they want us to do this. This is supposedly easier for someone. I don't know who. We're sitting there. It's 4 o'clock. And I'm like, okay, now it's been 10 minutes, And so I go up to ask the lady, and I said, yeah, how, are things going? Oh, yeah, we're just a little behind. It's fine. And I said, is there a reason why I have to order the quesadilla through the app instead of just like going in line and ordering the quesadilla? And she goes, quesadillas online only? And I'm like, that's what the thing says, and it's not on the menu. And this other lady goes, oh, yeah, we could have made you a quesadilla if you went through the line. And I said, well, that would have been helpful to know 30 minutes ago. Thanks for that. She goes, well, the next time you come in, they'll make a quesadilla if you want it. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll try to remember that for next time. But then I'm like just getting a little frustrated because it's like, okay, we've been here for a half hour, you know, could have been eaten, just whatever. We're sitting there, we're waiting. And some of these DoorDash people, they were starting to look pissed. You know, and I get it. Time is money. What if they have other people's food in their car waiting, or they have to pick up other people's food? So finally, one guy goes up to the counter and he's like, "This is the order I'm picking up. Is this ready? Because there's nothing on this shelf." And the lady gets it and she kind of looks at it and she talks to someone else. And the person goes over to the area where the, why is this? I need to add more drills. Seriously, Kristen. She goes over to the area where the drive-through line is. And she grabs a bag and she hands it to him. And so this other DoorDash guy, I'm assuming he's DoorDash. I don't know. He seemed very motivated. He's like, "This is the order I'm picking up. Is this over there too?" And the guy, like, and this guy was, I'm not trying to say anything mean. This guy was a big guy, and he looked like somebody I would not want to piss off. Let's just put it that way. So he, you know, shows the guy the screen and on his phone, and the guy goes and grabs the bag, and this DoorDash guy snatches that bag from that poor employee who's making probably, well, minimum wage here is like $18 an hour, which seems absolutely freaking ridiculous, but whatever. Grabs it from him, and I was like, okay, is my order over there? And he's like, "Oh yeah, it is." And I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" Like, I was just, at that point, I didn't even care if the food was hot or cold. I just wanted to get out of there because I was so overstimulated because it was loud, and, you know, like, we were just done sitting in this stupid restaurant watching people come and go for, you know, almost 45 minutes. So yeah, we got the food, got in the car, and then my son goes, "Oh yeah," apparently he was group texting with his friend group, and he goes, "Yeah, you know, one of his friends, I guess, went to the Chipotle a week ago, or like the previous weekend, and they waited over an hour for their to-go order, and they got it home, and they only had 2 or 3 out of 5 food items." And I was like, "You couldn't have texted and told me that in advance?" You know, but I mean, obviously, how did he know? But still. So, I don't know if we will be going back. And, you know, I'm texting my husband. And if my husband would have been there, he would not have been kind. Let's put it that way. Because he would have been pissed off that, you know, I'm spending $39. And it asked me if I wanted to tip before I get my food, which I don't like that, because I don't know if I want to tip you, because I don't know if my food's going to be done on time. Spoiler alert, I don't know if my food was done on time, because I don't know what time it got put over in the drive-through pickup lane. But yeah, oh my gosh. So I was bummed, because you know, once you have like a bad food experience and it's your first one, you're just kind of like, I don't know if I want to do that again. So we get it home. And this quesadilla is nothing like a quesadilla at all. And I don't know if it's like Taco Bell or what. It looked more like a folded up envelope tortilla with meat and cheese inside of it. It was not the, you know, typical quesadilla where it's, you know, half the tortilla folded over, or a full, 2 tortillas put together. It was just, it looked absolutely awful. And it was not hot. I mean, no, it was not hot at all. So he put it in the air fryer to try to, you know, rejuvenate it, basically. And my mom and I both got salads. And, I mean, it's a little bit cheaper than some of the places that have similar type food around us. But the salad was not that big. I mean, if my mom, who's like tiny, can almost eat all of the salad, it's not a very big portion of food. And they only had one kind of salad dressing, which I thought was kind of weird. Usually places will have like a ranch or a house or something, but they just have one. Yeah, just not, it was not the experience I was hoping for, because I was, you know, I wanted to have somewhere nearby that isn't just hamburgers and fries and deep fried stuff, but based on the first experience, it was a no. And I did fill out the survey, but the survey, I don't know if the survey was mad at me, or I just was adding too much text to some of the boxes, because all of a sudden it was not done. And it was like, thank you for taking the time to fill out this survey. And I was not done. So yeah, but that's fine. So no more Chipotles for a while. At least until they've, you know, maybe worked out the kinks. I get it. It's a new restaurant, you know, but if people are going in and spending their hard-earned money, they at least want to make sure that, you know, they're not standing there for an hour waiting for their food. At least I don't, you know. I got other things that I would like to do on a Friday, besides sit in a Chipotle and watch people come through. And I mean, I did get to people watch, which is always fun. There was a group of gym bros. They clearly were either done at the gym, or they were going to the gym, or they just really liked the gym. But it was all about squats and lats, and, you know, every other word was like an F-bomb. And I'm just like, really, dude? Like, okay, whatever. I mean, you know, I'm fine if you want to swear, but it's just when you're basically like every other word is an F-bomb just because you can't come up with a more colorful word. I'm like, but hey, whatever. You do you. That was our food calamities for the week. Oh, jeez. And, you know, it's not even like, the problem is, it's just, food is so freaking expensive nowadays, too, that, you know, every time you buy some food, you want to make sure that you're getting your money's worth, and that you're eating it before you accidentally put it in the freezer. Oh, I actually have a bonus food calamity, now that I just think about it. I made a baked pasta dish, and on, what was it, Sunday? And it was in the refrigerator, and my husband made his lunch, and I didn't go back into the kitchen until right before I went to go pick up kids from school, and I didn't look in the sink. And when we got back, I was like, I gotta make dinner. And I looked in the sink, and the Rubbermaid container was in the sink. And it didn't look like really any of the baked pasta had been taken out. And I was like, well, that's weird. And so I asked him this morning, it's a theme around here, was like, is there a reason why you put the full thing of pasta in the sink? And he goes, what are you talking about? And I said, well, it was in the sink. It was open, you know, like it had been opened and it was in the sink. He goes, no, I put it back in the fridge. And I said, no, you didn't. He's like, what? And I said, it was in the sink. And he goes, no, I put it in the fridge. And I said, I know you think you put it in the fridge, but when I got back from school, it was in the sink and it was room temperature. So no, you didn't. He's like, what the heck? I'm like, I don't know, dude, but you got to be paying attention to things, because seemingly you're thinking you're putting all these things in the refrigerator, and that is not the case. So it's an honest mistake when you're, you know, trying to get stuff ready. And he always forgets something, like when he goes to work, I swear. It's either his headphones, or he forgot the radio that he has to charge at home yesterday. He forgot that. Or he forgets his lunch, or he forgets to make a lunch. So if he forgets his badge, he actually has to come back home. So that is one thing he's usually pretty good about not forgetting. Not always, but for the most part, he's pretty good about not forgetting the badge. So It's on the to-do list of things, like make sure to put stuff back in the refrigerator, please. Yes, and then, oh my gosh, the teenager had first driving lesson with dad, not me. My anxiety will not allow that. So girls went to church, boys went to the outlet mall parking lot on a Sunday morning, and we went to church because you need all the prayers you can get for that. So no crashes. Did have the emergency brake pulled on him a few times, and the steering wheel, you know, grabbed a few times. But overall, said it was not horrible, but said it was scary. He's like, that was kind of scary. And I said, now you understand why if you and your sister are arguing in the car, or, you know, people are talking really loud, or everybody has watching a different video or turning the radio up, how sometimes I get a little pissy while I'm driving and turn things off or tell people to, you know, shut it. That's why. Because you don't realize how much brain power you actually have to use to drive, you know? It doesn't seem like it would take that much. And for the most part, you know, sometimes you can kind of just, you know, not be sitting there like stressing, but I said, when you have to learn how to pay attention to everything. It's not the easiest thing. And so, poor kid, the end of the night, like, I mean, and they drove around the parking lot, like, in a circle for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. He's like, I'm so tired. I'm so mentally exhausted from all that driving. I was like, yeah. Imagine when we go places, like we go to the ocean or something, and one of us is driving the car for 3+ hours. Like, yeah. So, they survived. They survived. I mean, I knew nobody was going to, like, you know, perish or anything, but still, it is a big step in life to start driving. I mean, we didn't grow up somewhere where you could not drive. I mean, I guess if you knew people who drove, then you could get away with it, but we did not live near metro buses and really public transit that was plentiful and reliable. I mean, it was pretty much suburbs, and you would have to drive to a park and ride in order to get onto a bus. And even then, you would probably have to get off the bus and get on another bus several times to get where you were going. So I never, when people would say like, yeah, I ride the bus, or I used to ride the bus, I'd be like, what? What are you talking about? Because it's never been something that we've been able to do. That's just, you know, it is what it is. So most people where we lived, it was, you know, you're getting close to 16, you better do that driving school, and you better get your license. Because otherwise, you're going to be relying on everyone else for rides. I think I got my license 2 days after my 16th birthday, because you either had to make an appointment, or I think Thursdays you could walk in. You could do a walk-in appointment, and so you had to get there like an hour before the DMV opened in order to, you know, get a walk-in appointment. So we did do that. Almost failed. Got an 81%. Whew. It's that parallel parking, man. And the, what is it, right on red. The guy was like, you need to turn right on red. You didn't turn right on red. And I said, I couldn't see. You want me to just blindly turn right on red when I can't tell if cars are coming? I was like, I figured I'd get in trouble if I turned right on red and I got us hit by another car. I'm pretty sure if you get into an accident when you are doing your driver's test, that they just shut it down and they are like, nope, you failed, you're done. So yeah. Like, well, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So whatever. I still got my license. That was all that mattered. All right. let's do a few more of these G's. They are, I will say, the rendering on this kit is very good. It reminds me of like Diamond Art Club kits. I have not come across any, what do you call it? Like, you know, sometimes when things are computer rendered, there's unnecessary confetti. I have not seen any unnecessary confetti in this kit. Now, granted, I am one row in, but everything is very purposeful with the colors. I mean, because with the artwork, you could easily have more than 70 colors, you know, but so far I am liking what I see. Working with the drills are very nice. They are fitting together and lining up amazingly. And aside from the, you know, one drill issue, I mean, and it happens. So far I am pleased. And yes, it was an expensive kit. I will fully say that. You know, but I think they do have them in stock. I think they have a warehouse. I think it still took about 3 or 4 weeks though, which again is fine. I'm not running out of diamond paintings. That's not a deal breaker for me personally. So yeah. And it is a small business, which I love to try and support whenever possible. So yeah, very pleased, very pleased. And the artwork is just so freaking cute. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, can you go in there? I did that wrong. I lost a drill somewhere. I lost a drill. That's the one thing about when you work flat, because I'm usually on my easel. If I drop a drill, when I'm on my easel, it just kind of drops into my lap or on the table. But if I drop a drill right now, I'm like, where the heck did the drill go? I can't see it because it's just stuck to the canvas. So yes, other than that, I mean, there's probably other things that went on this week, but I cannot fully think of what they are. I cannot believe it is already October. We're in the second week of October. Just absolutely crazy that the year is just flying by, and before you know it, it's going to be Christmas, and I don't know what to do for Christmas paintings, right? So I had my Calming Canvas Designs kits, and I was really excited about them, but I do need to find out if some of the people who mentioned they were still waiting for kits, or if they hadn't heard back from the company, because if that's the case, I don't want to work on a kit from a company that is not doing right by their customers. You know, I don't want to spotlight that or feature them if, you know, people are not getting their stuff, if that makes sense. So that means that I need to find a new Christmas canvas to work on, because that was kind of my goal. I got 2 Christmas canvases and I was so excited, but now I'm not as excited for them right now. But depending on where I order from, I need to order the canvas, you know, so it can get to me before Christmas, obviously. So yeah, I'm kind of in a, I don't know, I'm in a self-doubt spiral at the moment with that. Yep. Okay, go in there. I did have somebody ask me today. They said, wow, you must really like Halloween, because I have my Halloween Hello Kitty shirt on and my bat nails. And I was like, I mean, I like it. It's not, I'm not obsessed with Halloween. I know a lot of you guys are, which, you know, good for you. It's just, I'm like, yeah, I like it. You know, I said, I got the sweatshirt and I figured I should wear it during Halloween season because people might look at me weird if I wear it during Christmas time and all that, but still. All right, I'm going to attempt to zoom out a little bit. So as you can see, there is my area that I worked on. This is the lantern. So that's right here. So I love this picture. It's so cute. All the little animals and their costumes and the little, like, I don't know if that's supposed to be an animal or a stuffed animal, but whatever it is cute. And the little lanterns all over and the little ghost lights, just so excited. So that is going to be it for today, guys. Oh, I don't have my Pippy stickers, but if you haven't got the Halloween Pippy stickers, description box, blah, 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 all the stuff is in the description box. Yes. So if you have not, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, hearting, farting, doing all the things. And I will see you guys again very, very soon. Big awkward hugs. Bye, guys.